It's the Don't Make It Weird podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Dinosaurus.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you guys there. I'm Daniel, and this is the Don't Make It Weird podcast. We are your comedy, writing, storytelling podcast for the writing community, by the writing community. And guys, we're back for another good episode. We've got an amazing guest this week. And more importantly, we have the person who you're all here for, that you've been yearning for, that you've missed terribly. Because I am joined as always by the transcendent, tranquil Tyrannosaurus who tramples with Thor, Dinosaurus!
That was actually probably my favorite intro ever.
Yeah, I got your back.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So I mean, Dina, you're rocking some fun stuff today. We got a fun shirt for the audio only listeners. It's
Naps and snacks.
It's basically see-through. Don't watch. It's just subscribe.
Don't watch.
and
just
listen.
subscribe. You don't have to watch the episode.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And also I was gonna start out with a comment about your buns, but we have something with your hair. We got full on.
We got a bun hawk.
A bun hawk. I mean, that's
and I forgot my Don't Make It Weird earrings that you can buy on our website at DMIW Podcast.
Just quickly putting those things on. Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I mean, you're looking good, feeling good. How's everything going for you, Dina? It's been a minute. I feel like we're not connected right now.
Are we going to take this time to catch up now? This is not the time, Daniel.
Dina, just look into my eyes.
No.
What?
Daniel, we have a guest today.
Oh God, sorry. All right, I apologize, guys. We've got a guest I've been really, really excited about. And our guest this week is a father, an IT professional, an author, a tea drinker, and oh my God, I didn't scroll over far enough, a Sundoku master and magister nihil, aka a scholar of nothing. His books of sci-fi stories, the THOR BOZMAN Collections, Tales of Survival, is available now on Amazon. William Brett Hill, welcome to the show.
Thank you. That was fun watching you struggle through that.
I didn't.
What is he a master of, Daniel? Can you say that again? Okay,
so I would think it'd be Sudoku, but the way it's spelled is Sundoku because there's an N in there. So I just assume this is something I don't know about.
I can't remember what it means. It's like stacking up books. We'll go with that.
It means collecting books but not reading them. Essentially,
there you go. That's me.
Oh shit! That's what that's called. I do. I guess what would be the equivalent of stacking up people who have said I will beta read for and then don't beta read for because I'm a terrible human being.
Yeah,
probably the same.
Probably the same. Brad, how you doing today, man? Doing good?
Doing great.
What's the nerve level at, like 1 to 10 right now?
27 and a half.
Perfect. Well, as always, just understand, I'll be the one making an ass out of myself. You're not allowed to do that. That's my deal.
Oh, good. Okay, I was worried. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. And Dina, I've got a follow-up question for you. But before I do that, guys, we've got another member of our team, a man, a legend, and you know what? He's watching wrestling, creaming over spandex, guys, listening to Crit Stupid as someone Zorro's straight in their eye. It's like a bad movie. Liam Neeson's groovy. If he were Jar Jar, then I'd be screaming Shawnee smooch me, eating liver miserably, trying to annoy the producer all the podcasts want. Producer Sean, everyone.
Excellent.
That was one of your worst.
What? I felt really good about that one.
That was good.
Thank you.
The girl all the bad guys want.
Yeah, you don't even know that song, do you, Dina?
Shut up.
Actually found out this week that they finally answered the question of what Bowling for Soup means.
Oh, that's the band name for the folks at home and for Dina.
I knew that, Daniel.
The question was always, are they bowling to try to acquire soup, or are they bowling in honor of soup? And as it turns out, they're trying to earn soup through bowling. So mystery solved.
Oh, that's a deep hitting one. And there's other mysteries here. And Brett, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go into a mind map with us here because last time we were here, Dina brought forth a theory. I don't know if you've heard this, Brett. That Britney Spears isn't actually alive right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Her sister is definitely her body double in AI world right now. That's the current theory that we're working with.
Okay.
So
in AI world.
They're like...
As an IT professional, Brett, how How realistic do you see this as a possibility?
I'm listening. I'm listening. It has some meat to the bones.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
her
Dean.
alleged husband has like a whole green screen room in their house, and like all of the videos where she's like dancing really weird or whatever, it looks like a green screen in the background, and she looks like she's been CGI'd into the frame. So, and like you can see like body dysmorphia and everything like that, and her face is like more elongated like her sister's. So now the current working theory is that her sister is her acting body double.
Are we sure we don't have sort of a Weekend at Bernie's type situation here?
No, that's actually Dina's husband.
Well, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
she's just a Britney marionette now.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, Dina's been running this game with her husband for 2 years now, at least. So,
it's only been a few months.
It's only been a few months.
And their wedding was definitely fake. Because why was Selena Gomez there? She had no business being there. I've lost all respect for Selena Gomez because of it.
Yeah, she didn't come to my wedding.
Why is it wrong for Selena Gomez to be a Britney Spears?
She doesn't even know them. There was no chance during the conservatorship for Selena to have gotten to know Britney well enough to be one of only 6 people that got invited to this alleged wedding.
Oh,
allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
It makes no sense.
Alleged wedding.
Well, Sean, what is it from South Park? Why is a Wookiee on the planet Endor with a bunch of Ewoks? It doesn't make sense.
Defense. The Chewbacca defense.
Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot-tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot-tall Ewoks? That does not make sense.
All right. Well, I appreciate you going on this journey with us, man. And guys, again, our friend Brett here, he is the author of the Thor Bozeman Collection, Tales of Survival. It's available now on Amazon. It's an incredible book. I can't wait to dive into this thing. But before we do that, producer Sean, we do a little adult beveraging here, and I heard we do some games with it.
Yeah, that we do. We have a list of buzzwords that if someone says it, you hear the buzzer, that means it's time to drink. Also, we're observing Buffalo rules as usual. We are all right-handed here, so if anyone gets caught drinking with their right hand, they could be buffaloed, which means they have to finish their drink.
Ring good, non-ring buffalo. Yep.
Got it.
Thank you, Dina. Would you like to hit the party button, Dina? You just look like you were ready to dance.
No.
Oh, no?
I like this spot to get off my screen so I can stop thinking that I gotta...
Dina, just go wipe the spot.
Fixating.
Just wipe the spot, Dina.
No, if I touch it, it's gonna mess up my screen because I've got a touch screen and I don't want to mess with my settings right now.
Well, folks, there you have it. Dina's gonna be driving herself insane for the rest of this episode. But while she does that, Brett, I heard you have a little story time for us. Why don't you give the audience a little tickle, a little feather to the taint, perhaps, if you will?
Tickle, tickle.
Just gonna work through that imagery later.
You need therapy after this.
It's a twofer. I've got 2 times in my life where I exhibited perfectly normal behavior, and yet was perceived to be insane.
I feel like this could be the title of Dina's autobiography. I'm so intrigued. I'm excited about this. Oh, fuck yes. And before we can even get to that, Brett, before we get to all the crazy fun stuff here, we like to break the ice a little bit, and it's been a while. We want to get to know each other before we jump in the proverbial hot tub, So, Sean, what game are we bringing back today?
We're bringing back our favorite game of deception, True Confessions. So in this game, each contestant has prepared 2 confessions. One is true, the other is a lie. The others will choose for them to tell confession 1 or confession 2. Once they've made that confession, the other 2 will have 60 seconds to interrogate them. Then they will have to come to a decision. Was your confession true or was it a lie? Brett, as our guest, you will be the first one to confess. Daniel and Dina, do we want to hear number 1 or number 2?
Dina?
Number 2.
We always like dropping the big number 2 here.
Yeah.
All right, and as per usual, you guys alternate questions so you don't step on each other's toes.
You going first or am I going first?
Madame, milady. Oh, no, sorry. Milady.
He tips
Put
the
your hat back
fedora
on.
and
You need to brush your
everything.
hair.
Yes, sir. I do.
That's style right there.
All right. So let's hear it. Brett, confession number 2.
It is, I once insulted Billy D. Williams to his face.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock starts right now.
Where were you?
I was at a lot, on a movie lot behind a house that my girlfriend lived in. My now wife, but then girlfriend lived in at the time.
Were you in this movie?
I was not. I almost was, but I didn't have a suit.
Oh, okay. How did you get close enough to, like, a main character if you weren't even, like, an extra?
My buddy Paul was a PA on the set, and he got me the in, but I didn't get to meet Tobin Bell.
Okay, I'll get back to that in question. What the hell did you say to Billy D?
This was back when the Phantom Menace was about to come out, and it was a foolish question on my part, but I asked him if Lando would be making a comeback in the movie, which obviously he wouldn't, but I was so excited to be meeting him that I
All right, time's up.
Yeah.
Is Brett telling the truth?
Dina, you go first. I'm so excited about this. I don't want it to be wrong.
I think it's false.
Okay, why do you think it's false, Dina? Why is our fair William Brett Hill would never lie to us, Dina? Why are you going to call him a liar?
I don't really know him well enough yet, but like body language was just telling me that it was false.
Here's the thing. I'm incredibly conflicted because I mean, we were like, I'm an older person, so I was like in high school when this movie came out. So, I mean, I don't know if you would have been, old enough during this period, sir. Sean, did you bring my special prop today, sir?
Your special prop?
The one
What
I
the
texted you
fuck?
about.
Oh, damn it.
Is it a
Yeah, I
poop
have
knife?
it.
I can't make this decision on my own, Brett, and in honor of your story behind the 8-ball, I am going to use a magic 8-ball to determine whether you are lying or the truth.
Oh my god.
Okay, I can take it.
Producer
All
Sean,
right.
oh great and powerful magic 8-ball, is Brett Hill lying about offending Billy D. Williams?
Concentrate and ask again. Okay.
Is Brett a liar about offending Billy D. Williams?
Ask again later. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Yeah, it's not going to work. You're gonna have
Ball's
to. You're
just
on your
messing
own.
with you, man.
Oh, god damn it, Magic 8-Ball. How dare you? I'm going to say this is the truth because absolutely no one would lie about offending the legendary Billy D. Williams. So I'm saying true.
Brett?
So is this where I reveal? It
Yeah.
is
Yes.
absolutely, unequivocally true.
Yes!
Damn it.
So you could have been in the Phantom Menace?
Do you want to add a little more color to your confession?
I woke up one morning and looked out the window, and there's a film crew in the street, and so I went down trying to figure out what was going on because it wasn't my house, so I didn't get the notification. And I saw my buddy Paul and asked, and he told me they were making a movie. It went straight to video. It was called The Good Neighbor or The Killer Next Door. They kept moving back and forth between. Had Billy D, had Tobin Bell, had Danica McKellar, and Billy D was the one I got to meet. And I asked that question, and he started. He responded somewhat indignantly that he had been working this entire time. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, that's not what I meant. Because legitimately, I meant, is
Like a
Lando going
career
to be...
comeback is what he took it as.
Yeah, is Lando going to be in this movie, And he took it as, so you're finally working again,
You haven't done anything in 15 years.
I managed to tamp it down, and he still took a picture with me and signed a press photo, which I have somewhere. But
It is The Good Neighbor, by the way, I confirm.
it is okay. It was The Killer Next Door then when they were filming it, I think. And yeah,
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Good stuff.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Dina, let's go with your confession next. And since you're our guest,
Okay.
Brett, choose one or two for Dina.
I'm gonna stick with the
let me pull it
deuce.
Double deuce.
Going with the deuce.
Wait, hold on.
Deuce. All right, Brett, you'll start out with the first question, then we'll just
Okay.
Back and forth.
Right.
So this one time I snuck into the trailer of like a band and singer at a concert.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock starts now.
That's easy. What singer, what band?
Raylan, she's a country singer.
Yeah. Why?
Why not?
Did
Have you
you
met me?
were you discovered or did you hide in the closet?
Oh, yeah. The band 100% found us. I was with a friend.
So what did the band do when they found you?
Took pictures with us.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Not bad.
Well, do you still have those pictures? I mean, is there like a digital copy or is it like
Yeah. It's on my phone.
Did you like get backstage passes to get any extra swag for having the balls to do this?
No, they didn't really do anything other than like, hey, yeah, let's take a picture. And then they were like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. How long is the restraining order for? Is it?
None. They were actually really nice. I think they were just super high.
Oh, nice.
Did you get high with them, Dina?
No.
All right.
Dina.
Time's up.
Brett, why
What
don't
do
you
you
start
think,
us
guys?
off, buddy?
I mean, I totally believe it. I gotta be honest.
Here's the thing. If she actually did this, she would have had a better story as to the reasoning why. There would have been backstory. She would have planned this out. This wasn't Dina. Dina is a master of going behind enemy lines. There is always a purpose behind what you do. This is bullshit and a half because you wouldn't just be like, oh, why not? You would do this. Absolutely, you would do this. But there would be a reason.
All right. Dina, what say you?
Oh, it's true. So, I guess the reason was that we didn't want to wait in line, but like, we were also just like, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So.
The folly of youth.
That's brass
Yeah.
balls.
We
Brass
were really
balls,
young. I
yeah.
think I was like 16. And I
So
think
she was
that's why we
already-
got away with it too, because like two little cute 16-year-old girls sneaking into the band's trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, if me and Sean snuck in there, the reaction would not have been the same.
Unless
Yeah,
you
no, not at
unless
all.
you talked in that voice.
Yeah, if I was like,
That could have worked.
oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm Daniel.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel, it's your turn to confess.
We
Brett,
should have established rules for Daniel that he's not allowed to use somebody else's story.
I'm past that
that's
phase in my life.
It's his bread and butter. That's like what he does.
Dina,
So
Dina, I'm past
he's
that phase in my
incapable
life.
of doing anything else.
I'm past that phase in my life.
Sure. One or two for Daniel. Brett,
I'm gonna shake it up and go with one.
all right. Number uno.
All right. So the time that I was tortured mercilessly by my friend until I figured out enough wrestling trivia to be allowed to go to sleep.
Okay. 60 seconds on the clock starts right now.
Wait, you were tortured endless? How?
Well, first it was the sleep deprivation, and then it was anytime I was trying to nod off, I would be violently struck or have things thrown at me.
How old were you that you didn't know enough about wrestling? Because you're like a wrestling expert.
Oh, no. I knew a lot about wrestling, but my friend knows more and was trying to find the most obscure trivia that he could purposely to continue to torture me during the sleepover. I was in high school.
Okay. And this wasn't at Guantanamo.
No, not this time.
What was the most obscure trivia that he came up with? I mean, what?
I
are we
mean, it
going
was
for
things
here?
like he would play certain theme songs and ask me which wrestler it was. And if it was like Stone Cold or like Shawn Michaels, that's easy. But he'd be finding shit like Coco Beware or like, just wrestlers that even I had barely heard of, let alone
Time's up.
known their theme music.
Damn it, Daniel, you talk so much.
I do.
It's part of his strategy.
Hmm.
All right. What do you guys think? Is Daniel telling the truth?
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I that's totally believable.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. And that friend, who was it, Sean?
It was me.
So I don't know if I slept that night. I think that we stayed up until 4 or 5 a.m. at least at his house as he just drilled me on wrestling. Okay, that didn't sound right, but
Y'all take that
There
shit
was
way
no
too
drilling.
seriously.
There was no drilling involved.
some pile driving though.
I don't know. It seems like a little Freudian slip there.
I don't know.
We are in confessions right now, so
Yeah,
let it out.
Hey, listen, I just
Unload.
want to be free about it.
Yeah. Now's
Yeah.
the time to come clean.
Unburden
This has
yourself.
been True Confessions, everybody. Thank you for playing along.
And I just want it stated for the record, like, everyone always thinks that I bully Sean and that I'm the mean one in this relationship for constantly fucking with him. But this is also payback for years of just psychological abuse that I endured at his hands. So, Sean, would you
Allegedly.
Sean,
That's
would you like to
fair.
take this moment to apologize?
No, I'd rather not.
He can cut
That's
that
love
part out
right there.
anyway. Yeah.
He would cut that part out. Yes, he would. All right. We're all about storytelling here, and as such, we try to share a fun story each week. So without further ado,
It's story time with Brett.
Yay. Okay, so there's 2 stories here, and they're all about perspective. So first I'm going to give you my perspective, then I'll give you the perspective of the other person, just to set it up. So story 1, it's a Revco, which is CVS, Walgreens, it's a pharmacy. It's Christmas time, walking down the aisle, they have all these decorations out, and a Christmas tree springs to life and starts singing at me. So my plan was, all right, that's cute. You set it up. It surprised me. Fine. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to turn it off, put it back down. That way anybody else won't be bothered by it. What I didn't know is that it was attached to the shelf. So when I picked it up, the entire insides of the tree remained on the shelf. And I held the shell. Realizing that I just destroyed this thing, I just sort of set it back down and I walked off as quickly as I could. Now cut to my brother who's behind me in the aisle. I don't know it. And all he sees is me walking along, this thing sings at me. I rip its guts out, slam it back down, and then walk off like I hadn't done anything. So that was number 1. That's number 2. We're at the house here and we're playing in the backyard. My daughter was very young at this time. She was probably 3, 4, something like that. She was at the age where it was a perfectly normal thing to make weird voices at your child. So we're in the backyard and there's people in the backyard and we have a fence around the backyard. And I go into some bushes by the gate and I sort of crouch down and she's looking for me and then she sees me. And I said, I'm hiding in the bushes so you can't see me, in this like really weird voice, right? Perfectly normal. Now cut to the perspective of the neighbor's daughter who is walking between the houses, can't see my daughter, can only see me, and thinks I'm talking to her.
oh my god, what was her reaction?
She walked quicker. She was gone. She almost had like a flame trail left where she, made tracks. So
no.
So you can see both cases. I was perfectly normal, but not to them, and they probably still talk about it.
Yeah, the creepy neighbor in the bushes. That's
She's
like,
very traumatized from that.
oh my god.
I'm hiding.
Probably
so
still
you
tells
can't
like
see me.
That's
she
like,
tells her therapist about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watch you while you sleep.
She'll get a book deal one day.
No.
It'll be okay.
Now I want to do this to my daughter, see if I can go and create some long-lasting trauma there.
Right. At least
That's
for the
incredible.
neighbors.
I mean, I feel like that's perfectly rational, and I feel like you delivered on that.
Thank you.
Did the CVS ever like come after you? Or I know it's not actual CVS, but
No, we left quickly after that. My brother sort of picked up the rear and was like, "Come on, let's go." We were out of the store in no time.
oh, we just gotta go.
I'm sure some store person found it and just expected it because those things were annoying. But my brother did get me that singing tree the next Christmas, so that was nice.
Oh man,
That's good.
That's so. Do you still
so
have
weird.
the singing tree?
I don't know where it ended up. I think we lost it in one of the moves, but I have the Santa that shakes his hips, so that's what matters.
If
I
we
have
were
one of
writing the perfect story, it wouldn't have been a neighbor's little girl. It would have been Billy D. Williams walking by when you did the.
But it wasn't a little girl, but she was like in her 20s. So
Oh no, that's even
No,
worse.
I- yeah.
She definitely has trauma. She has
Yeah.
trauma now.
no, she was tall enough to
She
see over the
carries pepper
fence, but
spray.
not see my daughter who was hiding at the fence. So it's yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding. That is
I'm
tremendous.
still the thing of legend to them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, again, full circle. I hope that we can come back someday, and you know, we get just like a future author, and they're like, yeah, there was this one time this creepy guy started talking to me from behind a bush.
You know, if I
I'm
can live
waiting
to
for one of
inspire
our
people,
stories.
You just inspired. Oh my gosh, this is how we can write some good flash fiction off of this right here. So, all right. So, all right, I need to know because we talked about this a little bit earlier. Do you have any tissues handy? Perhaps a neckerchief.
I've got a sleeve. I can improvise.
Okay.
It's okay.
Because we're about to bring the deeply emotional, hard-hitting questions with Dina Source. We're going to peel back the layers of the potato and get to know the unvarnished soul of William Brett Hill.
Hit me.
Okay, so this one is like a little bit complicated, so I need you to stay with me on this one.
Okay.
So we're renaming all of the animal families. Like, you know, you've got your like classes and families of animal types.
Mhm.
We're renaming all of them. We now only have 4. We've got dog, cat, water, bug. Those are your only 4 animal types or
Okay.
families. What is an elephant classified under?
Dogs, cats, water, bug. It is a, yeah. I'm going to go with water.
Water? Why
Yeah.
would it be water?
Well, it's not a dog or a cat, which I take issue with those two, but that's
Well,
all
of
right.
course it's a dog.
An elephant is a dog. No, water in the trunk. Water, you know, they're always
Yeah,
swimming
they bathe
and
themselves.
through
Okay,
through
I
mud
guess
and
water.
stuff.
Well,
It's
dogs
it's a
play in
water-based
water.
animal.
Okay, so it's basically a platypus at this point. What? What?
No, I can't follow it up now. An elephant's basically, you know, you're right. An elephant is basically a platypus at this point.
This just makes me think of like back before all of these species and genus and all that stuff were created. Like there probably was just
Look, a
like,
dog.
is that a dog or a cat? Oh, that's a dog. The thing with the trunk, that's a dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a cat. It's
And
not
it's
purring.
like you have no clue what it is. It's just a bug.
Right.
Whatever you do, if you don't know what it is, it looks weird.
That's
Like a
just the
bat, that's a
miscellaneous
bug.
category.
Everything's a
Yeah.
bug at that point. Yeah, look at that furry fucking bug over there. It's about to freaking. It's a
So
silverback gorilla.
are humans bugs in this, or
No,
Yeah,
humans
what are
would be
humans,
dogs.
Dina?
humans are dogs?
Yeah, they'd have to be dogs.
That's
Is
rough.
it just because of the adult relations, the doggy style, Dina?
No, Daniel.
Oh God, I don't even want to hear that mind map.
No, a human has to be a dog because, first of all, pack animal.
Uh-huh.
Most people are friendly until they get older, which
Mhm.
dogs, when they get older, they get cranky too.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
Listen, Brett, to be fair, Dina, when Dina
It's a
connects with an
convincing
author, it's usually over something incredibly obscure that makes no sense to anyone else except for the two of them. So I think she was hopeful that this would be the case, but yeah.
Sorry.
We can try again.
We have to find something else.
We'll try again. So, how many holes does a straw have?
1, all the way through.
Fuck, we're 2 for 2, man. It definitely has 2 holes.
It's either 1 or infinity. I mean,
Speaking from an engineering perspective, it's 1 hole.
But we're not asking for an engineering perspective. We're asking for philosophy here.
philosophy.
This is a
Deep philosophy. We got
This is a
Plato,
philosophical
we've got-
question.
Dina,
All right,
your
wait,
mind is a-
okay.
Dina,
We
your
got
mind
another
is a
chance here.
beautiful place.
What's your favorite kind of Pop-Tart?
That would be strawberry, the frosted kind.
Yeah,
All right, that's our thing.
That
Good.
and
Yeah, I got it.
cinnamon, only ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the cinnamon's good.
yep.
Yeah. I love
Strawberry
cinnamon.
Pop-Tart.
And special shout out to
Um,
s'mores. I feel like an underrated Pop-Tart.
Ew.
I like those frozen.
Mm.
Now, are you
Tastes
toast?
like
Are
an
you,
ice cream bar.
are you toasters or fresh out of the package? Like, is there a hard
It
and
depends.
fast?
It's
Like
gotta
if
be
I'm
toasted.
home and I have the time to prepare it in a toaster, I will. But if I'm, if it's a snack on the go, I'll gladly eat it right out of the package.
I have no patience. Even when I have time, it's fresh out the package.
Yeah, I've never toasted a Pop-Tart.
That said,
Well, you gotta
if
toast
like I came downstairs from sleep and Pop-Tarts were already in the oven, I would prefer them warm, but I ain't no one got time for that.
So if someone else put in the work, you'd be on board. Got it.
No,
Hashtag
that's
story. of
that's
my
literally
life.
going to be on his headstone.
Yeah.
He's a career coattail writer.
It's true.
He's the
Very, very
worst.
true.
Just the whole way.
I literally have to prompt this man. Hey, did you send in a query yet?
Yeah, she did. She did. At least Ashley enjoyed the query. I got a tweet about it.
Yeah, you did. Do you get in the car head first or butt first?
Well, I drive a short car, so butt first. If I went in head first, it would be all over. I'd be in the passenger seat.
If you had like a truck, you'd get in head first though?
Yeah, probably. It depends on how tall the truck is. I mean, we're looking at height comparison here, right? If we're talking one of these that are on like wheels that are taller than me, you have to go head first. But if it's just a regular size, I don't know what a regular size truck is, but yeah. Yeah.
Butt first
If
always.
it's-
I hit my
If it's
head too many
taller than me,
times.
head first. If it's
Okay.
not, butt first.
I never thought about it until Dina asked that question on this show, and then I deliberately paid attention to how I got into to my truck, and it's absolutely butt first. It's actually more like hip first, but it's definitely not head first.
Yeah. I'm head first.
You just dive in and then
He just
Spin
had
or-
full
Yeah,
just
I like
does the-
crawl in, yeah.
The Dukes of Hazzard thing right through the window,
nice.
just like
Slide over the head
That's
first.
how I got ran over that one time, actually. I tried that.
save it for story time.
Dina.
Nobody ever picks that story time.
We're just going to get a
Well,
better title.
You got to glitter up the name a little bit.
Yeah. Gotta-
Add some.
The
sex
time I
appeal
got
to
ran
it.
over isn't glittery enough for you people.
Fair.
The time I went head first into a vehicle, that's still
There
not
you go.
glittery enough.
Fair.
Is ranch a dip, a sauce, or a dressing?
I'm going to go with a dressing. Because
Maybe
honestly,
you have a
that's the only
theory
way I
behind
use
that?
it.
What's your philosophy for that?
Well, dressings you put on top of something, right? Dips you put something in, and then sauces you everywhere. I don't know. But I use it as a dressing, so that's the way they
I
have
would
to
say,
go.
here's the thing. I would say a dip is within the container, so you're physically dipping. A sauce can
Sure.
just be, you put that out on the plate and you kind of
Hold
just...
on, you barbarian.
Uh-huh.
Do you dip into containers?
Yes.
You don't use a little sauce cup, pour it into a sauce cup
Why does this surprise you, Dina?
and dip? You
He's
disgusting
an
motherfucker.
absolute double dipper too, triple, quadruple dipper.
Well, I
He's
double dip.
got
That's
no
fine.
shame,
No,
no
it's
shame whatsoever.
Drink
Okay,
over
but-
them,
I don't give
burn
a
this when
shit
you're
if I'm
done.
double dipping.
Okay, but Dina, I'll put it to you this way. I don't want to do extra dishes. So if I have to get an extra dish when it's already in an appropriate dipping container, why would I sully my house
You're
further?
messing with the flavor content of the dip. You're mixing it with whatever you're dipping in it, and you've got extra bacterial growth now.
Sean, tell me you're not going to pour the dip out into a separate dipping container. You are like me, sir.
That depends. It depends. I see what Dina's saying, because if it's if I'm dipping chicken wings in ranch, okay, I'm not gonna do that into the ranch container, because then you're gonna get buffalo sauce all over inside the ranch. Well, if you want to use that for carrot sticks later or something, you know what I mean?
Then now you have a little extra buffalo flavoring.
Oh my god!
Which, for the
If-
record,
if
you
it's-
should always
listen.
dip ranch and then your buffalo. But that's
If the container is for personal household use and it's something that I know I'm going to only use for one thing, then sure, I'll do what Daniel does. But otherwise, no, I'll put some in a different container.
The lengths that I will go to not have to use actual dishes will surprise you, Dina.
I have to be honest. I'm with you there.
put it
Yeah.
on your plate.
Just cup your
Yeah,
hand.
now I have to wash a plate.
You're not using a plate already if you got buffalo wings?
Just
it comes with
spoon
a
the ranch
styrofoam
right into your bag
container.
of chips.
It
Just
comes
like-
with, it's already in a container. It's in a styrofoam container, Dina.
Put the ranch in the styrofoam container.
But now I can't dip it. Now it's just free flowing in there. Yeah, Brett's with me.
But then the container is, how many containers does it have to go in before it's acceptable to dip? Like, is this containers all the way down type thing? Or, because it's in a container, then you put it in another container, then is there a constant transference that
You
has
put
to
a
happen?
serving in another container. You're not like pouring
Okay.
all of it into a separate container.
Okay. So there is a specific dipping container, like a fancy port glass that you have for the.
Yeah, like exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
Well,
my
you know,
different
like you
cups.
go to like a restaurant, like an Applebee's or something. They give you a cup, little.
Yeah, mine are all
cup on your
stolen from
plate.
Applebee's.
Yeah.
There you go. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Also, how much sauce are you putting on your plate that if you put it in the styrofoam, it's all gonna go everywhere? Like, it should just stay in
Yes.
its little corner.
Yes, is the answer.
The
Also,
answer-
I have to disagree with you, Brett. I don't remember the last time I used ranch as a salad dressing. Like it's always been a dip or a
Yeah.
sauce. So I would say technically all of the above, but I would never refer to it as dressing, even though that's what it says on the packaging.
Brett, I need to know if I'm not alone in this. Real quick, buddy. Are boneless wings wings?
They're just nuggets. What?
Damn it. They're wings,
wings.
damn it.
I
They
love
are
you, man.
They're
wings.
wings. It's the only thing that Daniel and I agree on.
I'm
They're
sorry,
wings.
But if
Damn
they're
right,
wings, then they're
Dina.
very floppy wings. nothing's gonna fly without a
Yeah,
support
they're
structure.
They're little person chickens. They've got little tiny wings.
Yeah, but if they have no support structure,
not-
they're not functional.
Is that offensive? I hope that's not.
We'll find out.
Oh.
The world will let us
Educate
know.
me in
Yeah.
this offensive shit.
I'm sorry, Tina. Please continue. I apologize.
Little person.
I can't even.
Oh god.
They're
Okay.
Cornish
all right.
wings.
Cornish game wings.
Cornish wing. Yeah. They
Wing
could
dipper.
just be wings, and they just like took out the bones.
No,
so now
that's
they've
not
got
how it
little.
works. They don't debone chicken wings to make boneless wings, you guys. It's literally just breast meat cut into chunks and then fried.
Agree to disagree.
It's a thick boy.
It's a big boy.
I could
All
do
right.
2-hour debate on this, so let's just move on before it turns into chicken
So-
wing central over here.
Keep him up till 5 in the
Um,
morning about it.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Sean will never be able to sleep until we get this
Grill him on
settled.
those
Yeah.
facts.
Boneless wing
So
trivia.
I have a question for you, and it's a very serious question. I need you to come in hot with this take. You got to be serious. I need you to instantly back your decision as though nobody is allowed to argue with you, okay?
Okay,
Coming hot.
got it.
What is the superior form of potato?
Potato. Steak fries covered in Old Bay.
Oh, he went straight for the sauce too.
What is Old
Or
Bay?
not sauce, seasoning.
What is
Old Bay is a
Oh, Old
Cajun
Bay.
seasoning.
I corrected myself.
It's
No, that was me.
Oh.
I live on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, so I've been here
Yeah.
for 15 years. So yeah, if you cut me, Old Bay comes out. It's been long
So
enough.
to be clear, so that we're on the same page here, because there was some discrepancy in the past about what steak fries are.
hmm
We're talking about those thin but thick, like the flat, thick
Yeah,
fries.
The
Yeah,
thick
okay.
rectangular fries.
Not the crinkle kind or anything. I mean, those are all right, but no, I'm talking about steak fries.
What makes this with the Old Bay better than any other potato? Like I need
Old
to
Bay.
know why yours is the Old Bay. Not a sponsor.
Yeah. I forget what it was. There was a chicken place when I lived in Georgia that had fries, and it was like this special seasoning that they put on it. And when we moved up here, we're like, oh, they just used Old Bay, okay. But nobody down there knew what it was, you know. So
Oh, that's
Yeah,
got,
usually you
that's
just
gotta
use
be
it on
Popeyes.
seafood, but it's
think
good
it was
on everything.
Zaxby's. Is it Zaxby's? Is there? Yeah,
Oh.
their fries.
Oh
That's Old
yeah,
Bay.
they're good.
Yeah, those are good. Okay.
We use it for crabs and everything else. There's, yeah, it gets absurd. There's Old Bay peanut brittle and Old Bay ice cream. Just
Old Bay on the strawberry Pop Tart. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
only if you
Old
only if
Bay
you grill it.
peanut brittle? What in the fuck?
It is remarkably good. I haven't tried the ice cream, but the peanut brittle was surprisingly good.
All right, I'm with you.
That's like garlic out here
Yeah.
in Gilroy, California, which
Mm.
is nearby. They have a garlic festival every year, and they make garlic everything, including garlic ice cream, garlic candy, all kinds of stuff.
We have a Scrapple festival here, but I've never been to it and have no interest in it.
A what?
Scrapple?
Scrapple. It's a just imagine they finished making the hot dogs and there's stuff left over that they couldn't use for the hot dogs. That's Scrapple.
Oh,
people love it.
It's a mush of pork scraps and trimmings
I'm
vile,
disgusted,
but
but I
combined with
want it.
cornmeal and wheat flour.
Yeah.
This
So
sounds
it's basically a meatloaf made from all the pork trimmings that couldn't go into a hot dog. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
that sounds so disgusting. Fuck me up with it. I want it.
Yeah, right? It sounds like Spam, but worse, and I need it in my life.
It is worse than Spam.
Scrapple. I'm so intrigued. That's
They have a
incredible.
Scrapple Apple Festival. It's all like Scrapple and apple-based dishes because it rhymes, so it has to go together.
Scrap. Oh my
Scraps. Yeah.
god. Scrap app. Scrap that
It's-
app.
Scraps. Yeah, it's something. Yeah. Scraps.
All right. Now that you've gone through this deeply emotional journey with us, Brett, it's time for us to switch gears here. We're going to put on our author hats, if you will. Do you have a hat to put on, Brett?
Yeah, I should have planned that better. No, just it's an invisible hat. It says author on it though, so
We wish Daniel's was invisible.
Hold on, guys.
He
I have
can't
to-
reach it, so I think
It's-
we're in luck.
Where there's a will, there's a way. It's so
Oh my
close.
god. Don't stand up. I know you don't have pants on.
I was gonna say he's about to Winnie the Pooh us.
All right. So we're going to put
Full
on our
on Winnie the Pooh.
we're going to put on our author. Oh, Jesus.
Ather?
Author.
Our Arthur hat.
Our author
Author
hats.
hats.
Been in
See,
Georgia
this
too
spot
long.
just follows my shirt too, because like if I turn to the side, it still looks like it's in the same
Yeah, you
spot.
haven't stopped staring at it this entire time.
Your ability to focus is incredible. So, all right, guys. Originally published under the pen name Thor Bozman, these 4 sci-fi stories show the lengths humans will go in order to survive. A man wakes to find aliens have invaded his town. An explorer crash lands on an uncharted planetoid. An airship engineer has to choose between self-preservation or saving others. And a trader in a destroyed landscape hopes to discover the fate of a friend. So let me ask you this, because as we can all see, your name is Brett Hill, sometimes William Brett Hill. Separation between Thor and your own published works. But Thor Bozman, how did you come up with this pen name, and why did you want to create this?
There's a maritime museum here, right down the road, and it has a playground that used to be, I think it used to be a boat. It was a sort of boat. And anyway, they took it out and they slapped it on the ground, and now kids can climb all over it. And the boat was called Thor, and it was from the town of Bozman, which is just down the way. And so one day we're there, and my daughter's playing on it, and we're climbing all over because I was playing too. And they have the signs on the side that I think it's in the, you can't really see it, but in the book on the intro page is right there, and it says Thor and then Bozman in little letters underneath. And I made the comment to my wife that if I ever wrote with a pen name, that would be it, because it had that level of Kilgore Trout absurdity, this like really weird name. And so when I decided to use it, because I wanted to try out publishing on Amazon, I wanted to do ebooks, and I didn't want to make an ass of myself, so I decided to do it under a pen name. So I decided to use that one, and I contacted a friend of mine that worked at the Maritime Museum and got her to ask the people in charge if it was okay. And they said, yeah, it's fine. First they said, who is this guy? And then they said it was fine. So I got the authorization to use the name, and I did. And then I published the 4 novellas under that name.
Nice. So tell us about the inspiration behind, because you've got several really strong female characters, female lead characters. So talk to us about the inspiration behind building such strong female characters.
I prefer those. because most of the people I know are, strong female leads. My wife and friends and everything. So I don't like, especially as a man writing, I don't like to write weak female characters. I don't know if that's,
No,
just
No, that's good.
because I don't want to be that guy who writes that. So, and you
Nobody
come
wants
up with
to be
these
that guy.
people, and I'm a pantser, so to a degree, you invent a person, and then you just sort of let them live in your head. And I know it sounds cliche to say, and they tell you what they do and stuff, but it's kind of along those lines, like you just sort of invent a person, and then it all comes alive like that. And then, most of the stories were based on things that were going on at the time. Xander was a challenge a friend of mine wrote to write a 10,000 word Halloween story. So I wrote that one about the alien invasion. And the other three just sort of came about. I don't know exact inspiration for them. It's just sort of like things were happening, and I went, yeah, I'll use that, and built off of that.
A true
And I
panther.
tried to change it up each time. I had this notion of putting out like pulp sci-fi books. Like I was going to throw them out there for 99 cents a piece and just write little novellas and stuff. And I was going to do covers and all. And I'm not an artist, so I ended up making covers for them, putting them out. But then I got the 4 out, and then the world sort of fell apart, and so it sort of.
So, I mean, it sounded like, because a lot of this, from what I recall, happened during COVID. And I think that there's definitely a strong kind of connection between, you and other authors that we've talked to in exploring that kind of, because it felt so much like a post-apocalyptic world, living through a pandemic. I mean, how much did that inspire, affect, kind of get your writing style going?
They were all published during the pandemic, I think, except for the first one. Or maybe I started publishing them right before everything fell apart. The only one that was written during the pandemic was 8 Ball, which is the post-apocalyptic, I call it the post-apocalyptic love story. But it definitely affected the way I wrote, and in so much that it killed it completely. Like I stopped writing for a while. There was a publication that came out called Pages Penned in Pandemic, which is fun to say. And I wrote a story for that and submitted it and got it in. And so that's pretty much the only thing that I've had published during the pandemic so far was that. And I was like, yay, okay, I'm done. But I do nano every year, so that for whatever reason that gun to my head sort of makes me write, and it's been 9 years of success on that.
And for the folks at home that don't know, Camp Nano Writes is kind of a yearly tradition, an almost accountability thing where you kind of set goals for yourself, and all authors kind of post them up, and it's kind of just a means to force yourself to write and to show your progress.
Proud of you for knowing that, Danielle, so eloquently.
Got you.
You've got 4 different stories, essentially 4 different monsters in each. So talk about your favorite to create and what inspired that.
Well, I hate to say the best was last, but 8 Ball was kind of my favorite to write because, as Daniel picked up on, the old Lana and the Oxthea, it's all references to Atlanta when I lived there, and it was just fun to imagine what the Atlanta area would be like after an apocalypse. And like all the buildings have fallen over, they're laying on their side, and people are living in skyscrapers laying on their side and stuff like that, and the Fox Theater is sunken into the ground and is now an oracle, and it was just, yeah. My brain derailed there, so.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I think one of the most interesting elements of all these stories is that you kind of play with people and false perspectives. Not necessarily, in the first book you have, without giving away spoilers, a man who thinks he's saving the world and the world isn't quite what it seems. And, in the second one, it's, a man, his perspective on trying to have a carnal relationship and the negative impacts with that. And the, third one, it's about respect. It's always been about respect. And same thing with the fourth one is that it's all shifting perspectives and timelines. So what was it about having false perspectives or incorrect perspectives that appealed to you in all these stories?
Well, I love mysteries, and I love mysteries in the way that they misdirect you. And so a good mystery makes you think you're figuring it out the entire time, and then in the end shows you that you had no idea what was going on. That's what I enjoy reading. So that's what I enjoy trying to write. So the perspective shift and coming at it from different angles, I don't know, it's just like killing a tree in a Revco. It's funnier from the back. It's a callback there,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I heard you have a little reading for us, man. A little short 100-word story that you want to share with us today.
I do. Let me pull it up. I do want to comment on the main character in Soot, or not the main character, but the storyteller in Soot, whose name is Dewi. I named him after Dewi Morris, who was a footballer, I think, and he did the Big Welsh podcast or something like that. And this was back when I was starting to try to learn Welsh. So I watched this series, and so I liked the name, and so I named that character after him. Not after Dewi Hargreaves, who it turns out was named after Dewi Morris. So, little full circle there. That was fun to find out.
Full circle, baby.
That's
I
pretty
sent him a
cool.
message.
That's
I
actually-
sent him a
I'm glad that
message,
you
and I
can
was
properly
like,
pronounce it too.
"Well, yeah." That's because I got it from
awesome.
I got it from the show. So he told me how to pronounce it before I messed it up. But I sent a message to Dewi Hargreaves when the book was coming out, saying, "Look, I know it looks like I did, but I didn't name a character after you." And that's when we talked about where I got it from.
That's actually really cool. Wow. That's a small world, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, after all. Okay, I do have a story. And this is from a site that's no longer around. It was called 101 Fiction, had one-word title and 100-word story. And this one's called Adobenine, which I'll tell you what it means after the story.
Okay.
Adobenine by William Brett Hill. Night descended leisurely, but Jack felt little of its languid nature as his skin crawled and rippled. He hated being trapped in the city, locked in his apartment as the change overtook him. He hated being surrounded by people who would never understand. As his teeth grew long and the hair filled on his face, he remembered that fateful night long ago and the attack that brought him to this sorry state. He glared into the shining moon as he grunted and gave in, falling to the floor. Massive, powerful, absurd, Jack the Werewolf flopped around the living room.
That was good.
It was a
Okay.
little long for me.
All right. You got me.
Personally,
You got
Okay.
me on that one. That's incredible.
Adobenine just means walrus-like, like feline or canine, or that's the
Adobe. Wow.
Adobenine.
Okay.
The water group.
Water.
Is what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Water
water,
for that.
I was gonna
Water
say, but
type.
it's canine
but
though,
here's the
so
thing,
it's gotta
though.
be dog.
Where would mean dog? It could go either way. It could go either
Dog
way.
water.
A little
So
bit of
is this a-
dog,
is
a
this
little bit of water.
Can
This
it
is
be
an
dog water?
It's a sub. Oh, what is that? Subphylum? That's the wrong word.
I mean,
That's
you're
the wrong
One
rewriting it,
with
so you can call it
6
whatever you
college
want.
degrees. Don't ask us.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. And there you go. You messing with our perspective again. So all right, so Brett, we're gonna each ask you one more question about the book. Then we're gonna kind of get into some off the wall questions, and then it comes time for my favorite trauma-inducing section called Cringy Copulation. So, Dino, you want to lead us off?
Well, first I need to know, have you ever seen the CW show Star-Crossed?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't even heard
It
of this.
kind of your themes just kind of reminded me of it a little bit, so I wasn't sure if there was like inspiration there. Never mind.
No.
So you've written long form and short form story formats and everything. So what are the challenges in writing the short story anthology versus doing like a full-length novel?
It's compartmental. It's compression, really. It's it's. I've had a 10-word story published, and I've published this one, which was I don't know how many words, but and I don't know that the challenge really is with a novel, you have a lot more time to tell the story, and you can walk around, whereas the shorter it gets, the more you have to run towards the ending, and drag the reader kicking and screaming if you need to.
So with these stories, you're kind of starting to want to merge Brett with Thor. Are you getting rid of Thor completely?
I
Or
don't know.
is this
We're gonna call him Threat.
Threat?
Ooh.
Oh, Threat Hill.
Surprised myself with that one.
That's
I'm not gonna
a
lie.
name right there. Sean, go ahead and just right now
Just writing it
change the
down.
name at the bottom. Threat Hill from now on.
I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to have a paperback with my name on it on the shelf, and I was going to leave these alone and write something else, and I'm still writing that something else, but I kind of got impatient, and so then I thought about the idea of putting out more Thor Bozman stories, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to use a different name. I'm not really good at being multiple people, so I have a Thor Bozman Twitter account that I created, and I followed a bunch of people, and I did some stuff, and then I haven't used it. I switch over there and most of it's people posting political stuff, which I don't want to see. So I don't know. I keep thinking I'm going to retire that account, but then I think, I don't want to kill Thor. So I'm not sure. There may become a day when I put out some more novellas in ebook, like I was planning on doing before the world fell apart, and continued the Thor legacy. But I think I'm working on so much now under my name that really he doesn't need to crawl out from under the bed just yet.
No Ragnarok just yet. Well, all right, man. Go ahead and take our author hat off here. And it's now time for the portion of our show that Dina is always prepared for, nay, excited about, which is off-the-wall questions. Dina, what have you got for our guest?
Daniel, this one's for you. The Cookie Monster is you replace the monsters in your
The
first
Feather
story
Cats.
with the Cookie Monster.
With the feathered cats?
Yep.
Yeah. So how does that story change?
How does it change?
Voracious cookie monsters of this planet.
Yeah. I'm thinking he wouldn't last as long against cookie monsters. I don't know. I mean, they just eat everything in their path, so they wouldn't stop to attack. They just swallow him whole.
It's a fair point. It's a fair
That's
point.
fair. Cookie Monster 0.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Although
if
the
you
idea-
had to take down an army of cookie monsters, how many do you think you could take down?
Arm me with enough vegetables, and I could weaken them in no time.
Good point. It's a very good point. Sorry, that was just a follow-up question to
It's a good
Dina's.
strategy.
That is a very good strategy. Thor Bozman becomes real.
Bozman.
Bozman. Damn it. I went to Bozeman, Montana, and that's all I could think about is
Thank you
Bozeman
for
fucking
correcting him.
Montana. You can correct me. I deserve it.
Correct him every time,
Yeah.
please.
Okay.
Thor Bozman becomes a real person. And he wants to take over your life. And you have to fight Thor. How does this battle go down and who wins?
Well, he has protective eyewear, so I'm not sure. This is.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'll have to find the picture, but I have his profile picture. I was wearing these, so.
Oh, so no eye pokes.
Oh.
Yeah, no eye pokes. Eye pokes are definitely out,
Alright.
but I could still do the hitting with planks. How would the battle go? Are you asking if I would win or if Thor would win?
Yeah. Does
I mean, I have
Thor
keys
take
to the
over
house.
your publishing,
Yeah.
your family? There can only be one.
Just imagining beheading someone on top of a kid's playground. That's just wrong.
We've all imagined that once or twice, haven't we?
Yes, we have. I think I could still take him. I don't know.
Yeah, think about. Yeah.
At the least of which he's imaginary, so just stop believing in him. If enough people weren't around to clap, then he'd be gone.
I was about to say clap and he'll come back.
Yeah. Bring Thor back, everyone. Clap, 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 clap.
We have to use the power of believing.
Yes.
All right, man. That means that it's time. No more waiting.
Oh God.
You see, every week we celebrate some of the worst erotic literature in history, usually selected by the Literary Review, a British literary magazine, in a segment that we call Cringy Copulation. These are real excerpts from real books intended to be taken seriously. Well, maybe except for this week's one. This week's excerpt will be read by Brett and is from Conquered by Clippy, an erotic short story, the second book of the Digital Desires by Leonard Delaney. Check those DMs.
Read that author blurb, baby.
Oh shit, you found an author blurb. I'm so sorry. Leonard Delaney, shit. Leonard Delaney writes from the heart instead of wasting time with research or experience. Living a clean lifestyle has allowed him to focus on doing good in school, honing his writing, and tinkering with technology. He lives well outside of Toronto with his mother, her cat, while maintaining a long-distance relationship with his girlfriend, Misty, aka Awin16, who no longer responds to his direct messages, but he remains hopeful with for a future with her. Leonard is a co-founder of a provocative fiction peddling publisher, Forest City Pulp. Good
All
find.
right, Brett. Twitter DMs.
Good
This
find.
can't be good.
Clippy, baby.
Clippy. Conquered.
Would you like? Yes, Clippy, assist me. Assist me hard. He uncoiled almost entirely, so he was a straight rod with only a little curl at the top for his eyes to attach with magnets or whatever. The length of his metal shaft glowed with digital passion. He sprung forward, bounced into the air, and landed inside Christie's lady socket. Ladies, that's classy. She exploded with orgasm juice immediately bubbling around the tip of Clippy's glowing rod. God, this is long. Clippy moaned with his bouncy little voice. Assist me deeper, Christie commanded. He complied, pushing more of his delightfully hot and temperature body inside her. I love that qualifier there. Thrusting with a strength that only alien technology could power. Deeper. He pushed on until nearly half his body was inside her. The supple flesh below her sternum bulged. He felt his warmth push past her pussy and further toward her internal organs, including her heart. But she had already come once, and it would take more than a fucking to get her to bust another ovary. Clippy seemed to sense it. It looks like you're trying to reach orgasm. Can I assist you using butt stuff? Wow.
Okay.
I feel dirty.
This is why I told you to switch from Microsoft Word, you guys.
Yes.
As a woman.
As a woman.
What the fuck?
Clippy.
Clippy's just trying to assist Dina.
Am I incorrect in not remembering where the sternum is? Your sternum's up here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like right below, like
Yeah.
the
But then he
He's-
said sternum first, and then he said the P word. And then he said heart.
Mhm.
What word?
Yeah, what word, Dina?
The P word. I don't
Unclear.
like that
Yeah,
word.
I don't know.
Pterodactyl.
There's a lot of
You
words
don't
that
like
start
any
with
words.
Yeah. I like fuck.
Also, remember, this is a fucking paperclip.
Yeah.
So
Really long when he's
you
uncoiled.
unwrap a paperclip. It's what, 5 inches long at most?
Well, to be fair, okay, if you
have
guys
teal
don't know the
paper clips.
backstory of this story. He is an alien that has come
Did you
to
read
Earth.
the whole thing, Daniel?
I had to make sure that I understood the background of what was happening, Sean. Yeah.
Oh,
Just like we all watch it for the plot, you know?
yeah.
And Daniel, did it help you? Did he provide assistance for you?
Hi.
Hi. I just my paper
Oh,
clip.
you
is for
great.
you, that's all.
Clippy.
Visual aids.
All that for paper clips, but I feel like the moment's
Did
over.
you get the dog bone paper clips?
Oh,
yet
we got the
that I talked
dinosaur
about?
one.
No, but I got
Yeah, I don't think
Dinosaur.
Clippy looks like that.
I mean,
Clippy.
Yeah.
looks
Clippy
like
can
this.
be whatever you want him to be.
That's true.
Clippy, multifunctional
So-
assistant.
Apparently.
In addition to Conquered by Clippy, this author, Leonard Delaney, has an entire line of titles that are absurd, like satirical erotic romance, such as
I hate
Taken
that.
by the Tetris Blocks,
Oh.
and Invaded by the Apple Watch, and
You know, the Tetris blocks have pretty cool shapes.
Coaxed by the copyright page.
Coaxed?
There's
Okay.
literally a stock image of a naked woman, like with her arms and legs wrapped around copyright symbols.
As one does.
The minions inside me.
Oh no.
Okay, yes, the minions.
Oh no.
This is my favorite one though. Rammed by the reviews for this book. I have to show you guys this. Like, you have to see these covers. Hold on.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Shout out to people that think that they know satire. They don't until
Conquered by
you see
clips.
that.
This is a whole new world.
It's all
Pounded by
so
Pluto,
good.
and it's literally a planet with a big dong hanging off the side of it.
It's the same
Yeah.
same star in every book. It looks like almost.
My racist robot lover.
I wonder if DreamWorks knows about
Womanized
Minions.
by Idris
they know.
Elba playing James Bond. That's topical.
That's niche, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Fuck me in
racist
the
robot
fuck
lover.
me in the base.
Imagine Hold on, does that have 37 reviews?
Yeah, and
The
I
Clippy
have
one has a lot of
5.
reviews. 96 reviews.
All right,
for
what?
Conquered by Clippy.
I feel bad about myself now. I'm not a good writer compared to Leonard.
Yeah.
There's Sex Boat. Oregon Patriots occupied my butt. With the best cover I've ever seen.
Oh
Of just like
my
a topless
God.
fat guy with an AK for a dong.
No.
And Ridden by Uber.
Oh
I love
my
how
god.
there's one actually called Strange Sex. Like they
Ew.
haven't already covered that a concept.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
now.
if this isn't
Yeah, I was
Yeah, but
gonna
it's
say
Strange
that.
Sex 3. Where's 1 and 2?
Well, this
Fair
people
point.
getting shipped by paper clips. That's probably 1 and 2.
No, that's part of the Digital Desires inbox collection.
Invaded by the Watch.
yeah, the iWatch.
The Tetris, Clippy, and iWatch stories are all part of the Digital Desires inbox series.
Just imagine
Oh,
if
this
you're
one's the best. Rammed by the reviews for this book.
Oh shit. Just imagine if
Sorry,
you're
I
like this
can't.
model, because obviously she's just like a generic, like,
Yeah.
stock model. And just knowing that you're on the cover of all these
She
fucking books.
thought this was going to be a toothpaste ad.
I don't think she thought this was going to have anything to do with toothpaste.
Fair enough.
Not unless the next book is
Minions
fucked by my
one?
toothbrush.
Right.
Or whatever.
Incredible. I'm
Oral
so
B.
blessed. So Dina, would you like a
Oral D.
Oh no. Dina's back, baby.
That was great.
Oh shit. So Dina,
Crest could be a euphemism too.
so 1 out of 10, what are you giving the cringy copulation here, Dina?
How many paper clips?
0.
Yeah, how many paper clips out of 10, Dina?
Negative paper clips.
You gotta be more
That was-
specific. Dina.
I hated that.
You gotta be more specific, Dina. I think the best part
I don't know
though
what
too,
you mean,
Brett,
more
is that you've got like a very ASMR, like very relaxing voice. And so just hearing you like
That's very common.
kind of just relax us through
Nice.
Clippy
Put you to sleep.
My favorite part
Don't tense
was
up.
when Brett was about halfway through and he was like, "This is so long."
That's a missed opportunity right there.
Listen, I had to end it at butt stuff, but the next paragraph was really good too. But I was like, I can't just make Brett keep reading.
Read the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Get the whole book.
Oh, shit. All right, man. So now we had a little bit of fun. We had some good times. We
I wonder if a paperclip can penetrate like vital organs and kill you.
I mean, it has to be able to. Gets inside, man.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's like classic Dina to look at an everyday item and wonder if it could be used as a deadly weapon.
can I kill someone with this? So guys, you can check out the Thor Bozman collection.
Nailed it.
Tales of Survival. It's
Got
available
it.
now on Amazon. Brett, we're at a classic part of our show where you get 1 second to pitch this book to people. You can lie, seduce, threaten, involve Clippy, whatever you want to do. But you need to get people to buy your book in 1 second. And then, we'll give you a full opportunity to do an elevator pitch, all right?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to count you in. Here we go. 3, 2.
It's better than cats.
I
I'm just
assume you
saying.
mean the movie, not the musical.
I do.
Just check.
Yes.
That's a good one. I like that. All right, man. give us the full elevator pitch. Why should people check this out?
Well, it's 4 stories in 4 different worlds with the central theme of survival. And, there's the steampunk revenge story. There's the post-apocalyptic love story. There's the Lost in Space survival story, and then the alien invasion story. So it's just kind of, if you enjoy sci-fi and don't like being stuck in one particular flavor of it, it's your grab bag there. Your 4 stack of ice cream cones.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And you know what? We love this thing. Dina, tell the folks at home why they need to check this book out.
Although all the stories were different and had different styles, like Brett said, I still think that they have a very similar style to the TV show Starcrossed. I don't know why. I just kept getting that vibe every time like I was reading, especially like the space stories. Like I was just, that's the vibe that I got. So I enjoyed it, and I think that that's a good comparison.
And I can't agree more, even though I have no idea what Starcrossed is. But
really good show, and I'm pissed that it got.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at it. But I mean, listen, if you like strong female protagonists, you like to have stories with a twist, you like to have fun, interesting, unique settings and plot developments. I mean, all 4 of these stories give you something a little bit differently. I mean, I'll be honest, and Sean knows this. I am at my point in my ADHD life. I am terrible about sitting down and reading. I have to be an audible, audio only person, and I knocked this thing out in a single night. Couldn't put it down. Knocked it out immediately.
I was very proud of you.
Just a fun, quick read, a good airplane
that
read.
really never happens.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I'll use like Siri's voice to text sometimes just to read a story. So, man, just a fun, consumable read. Wildly entertaining. Can't wait to check out more of your stuff, man. Brett, we really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man. All right, so before we get out of here, give us a little something about what you're working on right now. What's some stuff that we can find from you coming out soon?
I'm working on a mystery series that's based in the same world that They Called Him Soot is in. So I picked that world to write more stories about, and so this one is it's in that sort of steampunk world, and it doesn't take place in that town, although I do love a town that has survival day celebrations. But it's in the same world. That town's on the map when you see the map, and right now I've been using NaNoWriMo to force me to write sections, and it's along the. It's not like Sherlock Holmes stories, but it's that same kind of format where you have a bunch of shorts that like go together with an overarching theme. So I think I have 2 volumes ready to go, but I've got to do some serious editing, and I suck at that. But yeah, so that it also plays a lot with words and wordplay and nominative predeterminism. So I get to have characters named Mrs. Bader Meinhof and have her show up a lot. And yeah, so I don't want to give too much away yet, but yeah, it's fun, and I've had some beta readers go at it, and none of them have thrown it back in my face and told me to stop bothering them, so that's a good sign.
Very good sign.
But yeah, I hopefully will be getting together the first volume this year, and I'll be making noise about it on Twitter when I do, because I need something to make noise about, so that'll be it.
We like loud noises here. We got your back, buddy. We'll get in right away on that as well. So this has been another fun episode of Don't Make It Weird, Brett. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Where can the folks find you?
I have a website, which is Brett Hill. It's wmbretthill.com, and I'm mostly on Twitter at Magister Hill, and I'm on Instagram at WimBrettHillAuthor, and that is pretty much it. I'm on Facebook, but I hate Facebook, so I don't use it. So
same, big same.
Twitter mostly, Instagram's home.
And Dina, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DinosaurusD. That's D like D's no.
Whew, that felt good. And producer Sean, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Chase Holdu.
What you having for dinner tonight, bud?
I've got some leftover smoked pork shoulder that I'm gonna dig into.
Bless. Someday I hope to consume that again soon. What's that thing that the festival, Brett? What is that?
Scrapple Apple Festival.
Okay, Sean, can you...
Scrapple is next on the dinner list.
Yeah,
Scrapple.
get some
You're
Scrapple
gonna
in
get
there.
some. You're gonna try it. It's gonna change your world. I don't want to be in that world, but it'll change your world.
I'm so intrigued. I want to be disgusted with myself while enjoying that meal.
No, I don't ever want to try that.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at DanQWritesThing. That's DanQWritesThing singular.
Danu?
Danu, because Q's don't exist anymore. Danu.
Q's should not exist. They have no business existing. They can be replaced with K and C easily.
Which co-hosts
So
start
that
with K and C, Dina?
Would make you
Should I
Dan
be worried
Wiggly.
about? Yes.
Yep,
yes,
Wiggly.
Yeah, damn it.
This is very
Okay.
true.
Wiggly.
So Dina, if I have some like fun designs and stuff that I want to get from a cute boutique shop, where could I shop?
Oh, you can support a broke bitch at sheenadesigns.etsy.com.
Oh, that's excellent. And Sean, I've got a very important personal website. What website is that, buddy?
That's dumpsfordank.com. DUMPS, the number 4 DANQ.com.
Thank you. And if you like all this,
Thank you.
don't make it weirdness, and you want to check out all of our episodes and have some fun little goodies and giveaways in our merch shop.
Buy some merch.
Where's our merch shop, Dina?
DMIWpodcast.com/store.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Got it.
Perfect.
Winning.
First try.
Yes. And Sean, just in general, where's our website at, man?
DMIWpodcast.com.
That's right. Well, this has been another great episode. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Go check out Brett's stuff, whether it's Brett or Threat Hill. We're here for it. So, guys, let's get out of here tonight. Jazz hands. You know, how do we say threat in ASL?
Brett.
Good show, boys. And girls. And everybody.
Don't Make It Weird, hosted by Daniel Quigley and Dinosaurus. Produced and edited by me, Sean Holden. Theme music by Amaria. You can find the video version of this show on our YouTube channel or the audio-only version wherever you download your podcasts. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and it helps us out a ton. Have a message for Dina or Daniel? Leave us a voicemail at 347-69-WEIRD and we'll listen to it on a future episode. Thanks for making it weird with us, and we'll see you next time.